So after, of course, a rough loss to Vanderbilt, LSU is, of course, back home for this matchup against number 3 Texas A&M in a tough one. Of course, welcome to the preview video for Week 9. We are in Week 9 right now for the LSU season. It's been a rough one. It's been a rough one. If you guys know, I did not do a review video for the Vanderbilt game because I was at my girlfriend's house dog sitting for her. I was going to try to do something, but it was just how the game went. I just didn't have the feel for it. So if you follow me on Instagram, or you follow the YouTube's Instagram, you can definitely could see you saw probably saw my story or anything of me just saying that I just didn't feel like doing a review video, but still going to do this preview video. Don't really have much to say really for this video. For mostly for this game. I can't actually believe that we are still sort of favored to win because there is some issues still on the Texas A&M side of things. So we'll kind of go into that with the game, and then we'll kind of go into some other stuff about LSU. So before we get into everything, though, into this preview, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys haven't yet here on the BrewCrew channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for future upcoming videos here on the channel. Of course, do football content like this with LSU and Saints, and probably a little bit other football content as well that I've been trying out, and also some wrestling content as well. But let's continue on with some LSU football, though, and let's go ahead and get into this preview. Let's just go ahead and get right into it. Of course, talking about the odds really, seeing that Texas A&M is a 2.5-point favorite, and is only favored by 51% by ESPN for them to win. They're undefeated, of course. They're one of the top teams in the conference. I think they're the only undefeated SEC team right now. Yeah, they're the only undefeated SEC team right now, with a 7-0 record. They're number 3 in the nation. It's been a really good season from them. Really great season from Texas A&M. But I think one of the reasons is like their defense is questionable. The reason why I'm saying that is because if you remember last week or this past Saturday when they faced Arkansas, they allowed Arkansas to have 42 points and nearly have them like come within range to beat them. So that, of course, gives me a little bit nervous for when we face Arkansas, but that's, of course, for another date, so that's not for a couple more weeks. But, of course, another reason is, of course, it's going to be Saturday night in Death Valley. It's going to be a home game for us. Right now, at this point, our odds at a title for the SEC or even a shot at the playoffs is probably out. Maybe if you do win out, if you win out magically, but I don't really know. For this game in particularly, like, I really don't know. Like, usually I kind of just say, like, what I want to look for, what I want to see differently in this game. I hope I see something differently. Like, Nuss has been showing his improvement a little bit over the past few weeks. He had a pretty good performance in the loss. And, like, I mean, we came close, but it was just a heartbreaking, hard performance to watch, mostly just defensively. Like, this defense did not look like the defense that we, not sort of hyped up, but this defense that we've been seeing over the past few weeks look like a top defense in the nation, you know? And I think they still could be. It was just a really good team that they played against, a tough quarterback, and it's another tough quarterback and another tough offense that they're going to have to play against. You know, so there's just that situation that you have for this, team. Another situation that you have for this game is just that. So we'll just have to see. Hopefully with the home field advantage, we do pull off the win. But really, that's all I really have to just really talk about this game. Like, the rest of this is just going to kind of just be talking about really just how this season has been and how I believe the rest of the season could go. You know, because, like, again, it was a rough loss to Vanderbilt, second loss in SEC play, and right now we're technically bumped out of contending for an SEC title, and it's just been an underwhelming season, and like it's just definitely been an underwhelming season so far. You know, you got Nuss not performing the way that we thought he would. You know, he's like, it doesn't even look like he's going to reach 3,000 yards by the end of the year, if I'm completely honest with you. But we'll just have to see. I mean, we still have a couple more games left, but we'll see how the performance and all that happens, you know. But this is a critical time for LSU. Not even just for LSU as a team. This is a critical time for one man, and that is our head coach, Brian Kelly. who of course is in his 4th year right now, I believe, and I believe other like LSU fans and other analysts and all that probably have agreed, and I've seen actually before this right now, Brian Kelly's in the hot seat. Because right now, you mostly either need to A, win out or try to win these next 2 games, because you have this game against A&M, and then you got another top 5, top 4 opponent in Alabama next week at Alabama. So that's going to be a great one to watch, of course. So there, of course, is that situation that you're in. So this is definitely a hot seat game, not even just this one, but also the game against Alabama. So to go ahead and just answer the question quickly for this Texas A&M game, I don't see us winning this game. I don't, because I don't trust this. I don't trust this team anymore. With how the defense played against Vanderbilt, I don't trust this defense anymore. I always sort of praised the defense and always was like, oh, the defense is the defense. They've been great. You could say what you want to say as an LSU fan. You could say, oh, because it was a great team that they played against, yes, and a great quarterback. Maybe you could say, oh, it was because we played at 11 o'clock, and usually that's not always a great time for some reason for LSU players, because for some reason we don't perform well a lot. Maybe it could be that. I don't know. We don't control the time of like when they have to do these games, but you could say, but really right now, because of the team they're playing against and the quarterback they're playing against and the offense they're playing against, I don't see them allowing less than however many points, because they scored 45 points against Arkansas last week. There's a chance they could probably score close to 30 or 40 something points again this upcoming week against us, depending on how this defense plays at home. So, the only good thing I can say is really their defense is not that good. Their defense literally, they have Howell, the defensive end, who has 8 sacks, so that he's going to probably be a threat to watch. But like, this defense literally allowed 42 points against an Arkansas team that is literally only has 2 wins on the year. So there could be a chance that we could have a close game, but again, we're just going to have to wait and see. We don't know what kind of LSU team we're going to get. But it's just, I don't see us winning this game. I don't think I see us winning this game. Honestly enough, I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. Here's what how I see us for these next few games for the rest of the season. Because right now we have 5 games. A&M, Alabama, Arkansas, Western Kentucky, Oklahoma. That's 5 games. Here are the games that I feel like we're going to win. How the rest of the games are going to go. I don't see us winning against Texas A&M. I don't see us winning against Alabama. The only 2 wins I for sure know we should actually have is against Arkansas and Western Kentucky. Oklahoma, I don't really know because it's going to be at Oklahoma. They're ranked number 13, so it really will just depend on how the rest of the season goes. But let's just say you do win. Winning the last 3 games of the season is not going to help because you're still going to have 3 losses yet again. So that's, of course, one of the reasons why right now Brian Kelly's on the hot seat, because you have 2 tough opponents in Texas A&M and Alabama. If you lose those 2, either 2 things are going to happen with Brian Kelly. Either A, they're just going to go ahead and fire him and pull the freaking James Franklin and fire him after 2 devastating losses, which I wouldn't be shocked if they do that. Or they can lose those 2 games, win the next 2 games, but if they do lose against Oklahoma, that right there I believe should be the nail in the coffin and they should let him go. But I think either way, I don't see Brian Kelly coaching here anymore because I don't understand how you go from 10-win seasons 2 years in a row, an underwhelming season last year a little bit, to probably the most underwhelming season I have ever watched, probably since the 2020 season after our national title win, And yes, of course, that was because of COVID and all that and everything, but still, like, this is probably one of the most underwhelming seasons right now, especially if you lose these next 2 games against A&M and Alabama, so I'm just saying that. Maybe, yes, if you do pull off, I only see us, like, probably pulling off a victory against A&M. I really don't see us pulling off a victory against Alabama, That's just my honest opinion. Really. But if you do pull off a win against A&M or Alabama, let's say you do against Texas A&M, you still either need to win out the rest of the games because if you do still lose to Alabama, you're still ending the season with 3 losses. So, like, I think either way, the only way this team can potentially try to continue with Brian Kelly is if by some shocking miracle we go on a winning streak, upsetting 2 top 5 teams and going on a strong into the season with a 5-game win streak. I really don't see that happening, but if that does happen, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see if we do somehow eke in the playoffs with this 5-game win streak. See if we do, see if we don't. I don't know. I don't really see this happening. But like I said before, I don't see us winning this game against Texas A&M. I don't see us winning this game against Alabama. I really don't know if I even see us winning against Oklahoma, because it just depends on how Oklahoma is the rest of their season. The only 2 games I see us winning for sure is Arkansas and Western Kentucky, which both of those games are at home. The Oklahoma game's at Oklahoma. So this is a critical point right now in this season. So I know this kind of turned into a preview video for A&M, but me mostly just talking about how the rest of the season is going to go, because it's just kind of come to that point right now that I had to mention as well. But overall, really, this A&M game, I think it could be close because I don't know if their defense is that great. The reason why I'm saying that, they let up 42 points against Arkansas. I know if this is my 3rd time saying that, but like, you're seeing that happen, then you should say, like, okay, there could be a chance we could score a lot more than just 20-something points from our offense. And hopefully we do. Hopefully we do. I'm praying we do. Please, we do. And maybe if our defense steps up and plays better than what they did against Vanderbilt, great. Because again, I'm going to say this. If we do pull off the win, it's going to be good. It's going to be great. I'm probably going to say this in my review. It's going to be good. It's going to be great. We got the win. Got another win. Probably would move up in the rankings a little bit. But the critical game really would be Alabama. You still need to win out the rest of the season if you want to still have a chance for a playoffs. Okay? And I kind of said this before. If you still lose to Alabama or even lose to Oklahoma at the end of the year, heck, even if you lose to freaking Arkansas, I swear to God, if you lose to Western Kentucky, you need to fire Brian Kelly. If you lose any of these next games or even go on a losing streak, Brian Kelly needs to go. I'm not trying to say that this is his fault, but like, it's one of the things that this team needs to do is try to find a new head coach. Okay? That's all I really have for this. So again, we're kind of not favored, but there is a chance because we're also 48% to their 51% on ESPN. They're 2.5-point favorites. It's probably mostly because their defense is still questionable a little bit, even though with them being 7-0. And also, it's Saturday night in Death Valley. So we'll see. Like I said before, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how the rest of the season goes. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for that little jump cut. I paused and blanked out for a second. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and end this preview here so it doesn't be too much longer. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys agree with what I'm kind of saying with this Brian Kelly situation. What do you think could happen with Brian Kelly by the end of this year or the next few games? Let me know in the comments down below. I definitely would like to see y'all's comments, y'all's thoughts, and all that. And so yeah, and also let me know what you guys think about this game. If you guys think we do have a chance to win, maybe make it close. I think even if you make it close, it's still not really going to help, because if I'm completely honest, really. But if we lose this game, I think we're out of the top 25 because we're number 20. But anyway, to not go more and more into stuff that I'm saying, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Of course, as usual, we'll try to have a preview video out as well, get a preview video done and all that. So yeah, so with everything out of the way, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy the video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification for future upcoming videos here on the channel. Would definitely greatly appreciate that if you guys did that, so you guys can be notified for future videos here on the channel, like I just said. But anyway, with all that out of the way and everything being said, hope you guys have an amazing, blessed day, and I'll see you guys in my next video.